Hello students, myself is Parminder Singh from Prab Kripa classes. Our today's topic is web applications step by step guide. Now we will do part 2. In this course, we will discuss how data travels over net. We will understand the meaning of protocols. We will understand the difference between HTTP and HTTPS. What is the meaning of internet protocol? What is the difference between FTP and secure file transfer protocol? What is the difference between POP3 and IMAP? We will also learn the meaning of simple mail transfer protocol. Then what is TCP IP model? What is the meaning of telnet and SSH? Then we will also understand what are those points which we should keep in mind while subscribing to an internet connection plan. Now our topic is data transfer on the internet. While sitting in one corner of the world, we transfer data on the internet to a very distant area in few seconds. Let us see how it happens. We normally send email or some video to our relative, friend, or business associate. Have we ever thought how the plain data or video or music file has reached the other person who is living abroad or in some other city in a matter of just few seconds? Let us see how it happens. All the computers on the internet communicate with one another using the TCP IP protocol. TCP IP protocol is the basic protocol of the internet. We will discuss about this protocol in detail in the coming lectures. Now the data travels over the internet. It follows certain steps. First step, TCP protocol breaks the data into small packets. Each packet contains data and address part. Suppose this is the data. Now TCP protocol breaks this data into small packets. Let us assume that this was the data and it has been broken into small packets. These are the small packets. Now each packet contains data and address part. Suppose this is the data part and the other is address part. That is, each packet, small packet, contains two parts. One is data part and the other is address part. Now the other protocol, which is the internet protocol, handles the address part of each of the packet so that each packet is sent to the correct address. Now these are the small packets which travel from router to router until these small packets reach to the correct destination, that is the recipient. All the packets of data do not follow the same route. You can see that these small packets do not follow the same route. Some of the packets follow this route. There are some other who follow this route. There are some other small packets of data who follow this route. But at the final destination, TCP protocol reassembles the packets into original whole. It means that these small packets now follow the different routes. These are the small packets. Though these follow the different routes, they reassemble at the final destination. And this is done by TCP protocol. It is not that the breakage into small packets or traveling through different routers or reassembling at the final destination takes a long time. All this process takes place in few seconds. This is just an overview. Now the other point is getting access to the internet. It is not that we purchase mobile or TV or computer or laptop from the market and we are able to access the Google, YouTube or any other website. We have to have an internet connection. Internet connection is provided to us by the internet service providers. At present, there are more than 300 internet service providers in India. Now the question arises, who are internet service providers? An internet service provider is a company or organization which provides the facility of internet to its customers. And only after having the internet connection, the customers are able to surf the web, do online shopping, conduct business, and connect with family and friends through email or WhatsApp or whatever other. Internet service providers may also provide other services such as email services, domain name registration, web hosting, browser services. For providing service to its customers, internet service providers use several technologies such as DSL, dial-up, cable internet access, 3G, 4G, 5G, WiMAX, Wi-Fi. We have discussed these technologies in our previous course. In India, Reliance Jio, Airtel, Vodafone Idea, BSNL, etc. are the examples of few internet service providers. Now, there are certain points which we should keep in mind while subscribing to an internet connection. Whenever we want to access the internet, we should have an active internet connection. Before subscribing to the internet connection, there are certain points which we should keep in mind. Some of the common points while selecting an internet connection plan are as under. What is the purpose of getting an internet connection? Whether we are to use it as an individual level only to see what is going on the Facebook or WhatsApp, or we are to use it commercial or for some other purpose where there is heavy usage of internet. Next point is, what will you use the connection regularly? Whether you will use the internet throughout the day or just for few minutes. Next point is, how much data will be downloaded on an average per month? It means that how much internet usage will be there, whether you will be downloading or uploading videos off and on, or you will just use the internet for a very few minutes daily. How much speed do you need? It may be possible that you are only to use it at an individual level, but it is quite possible that you have to upload or download videos at a very fast speed. For example, we are having an internet connection. If we have a very low price internet connection plan, we will be able to upload our video in a very long time, but we cannot afford slow speed. So we have to subscribe an internet connection plan which gives us higher speed. Then another point is, what technology is available in your particular area. Suppose you are living in an hilly area where the wires or cables cannot be spread by the internet service providers, then their wireless technology will be useful for internet connections. Then what are the different plans available from the ISPs? Now there are many internet service providers in different parts of the city or in each and every part of the world, then we have to go through the different plans. What is the price and what type of service they are providing us? Suppose they provide $1 and the speed, they provide the data of 1 GB. Then there may be the other who in $3 is providing 10 GB data. Then these types of plans have to be looked into from the different service providers which may be available in your particular area where you are residing or doing business. Then we have also to see whether there is any limitation or catch for the selected plan. It is also possible that you have purchased an internet connection for say $100 and they say that they will provide you 100 GB in the month. But there may be a rider that you cannot use more than 3 GB per day. This is the limitation. It is not that you have not used the internet facility for 20 days, then only say 10 days are left. Then, as per the limitation, you will be in a position to use only 3 GB data per day. That is, in other words, in the rest of the month for 10 days, you will be maximum able to use the facility for only 30 GB and not the 100 GB total. Such type of limitations or conditions may be imposed by the internet service providers. So while selecting any internet connection, we have not only to see the price at which the service is being provided, we have to go into various details. What is the limit per day for the whole month? Or we have to go through the different plans which are being provided by the different internet service providers. We have to carefully go through this different and what are the various limitations on each of these plans. Now, this is a device which has been shown. We usually use this type of device in our homes. This word modem comes from contracting two words. First word is modulator and the other is demodulator. Both of these words, modulator and demodulator, combine to form modem. Modem is a device which performs modulation and demodulation. Now, what is modulation? What is demodulation? The process of converting digital information into analog signals at the sender's site is called modulation, and then the process of converting analog signals into digital information at the receiver's end is known as demodulation. We can also inform you that we have already uploaded many courses such as how to manage stress, good communication skills are the key to success, corporate social responsibility, present tense, past tense, future tense, time management tips, many other courses on business studies, cyber security, most common mistakes in English grammar, and much more. You can look out for the same on our own website, on YouTube, Google, and many other websites. Now we will discuss the meaning of protocols and also try to understand the difference between HTTP and HTTPS. Now the first question before us is protocols. Let us understand the meaning of protocols in routine. What we understand from the protocols. Whenever the president of the country visits a particular city or state, what happens? You have seen the same in the local media, in TV or newspapers. You see that whenever the president arrives in the city or state, he is welcomed by the head of the city or the state, which may be the governor or the mayor of the city, as well as other police authorities head or the other heads of the city or state arrive at the airport or railway station or other place wherever the president comes. This is the rules or the acceptable behavior with what is expected from the normal city or state level authorities whenever the higher authorities come. Now we come to the networking. In the networking also, protocols means the rules and guidelines that help or govern communication between computers on a network. Suppose there are two persons, one is from China, another is from Japan. This person speaks Chinese, he is speaking knows his only Japanese language. If they want to communicate with one another, whether they will be able to communicate? No. There has to be some other language or the third language which both these persons, whether he is Chinese or Japanese, both these persons can understand. The language has to be the third language, which may be English or some other language. In the same way, network protocols are like a common language for computers, which each computer can understand. That is, all the computers on the network can understand a particular language, and this is the protocols. The computers within a network may use vastly different software and hardware. It is quite possible that we are using those Apple computer, you are using Lenovo's computer, or there may be some other person who is having some other type of mobile, say Oppo or other. However, the use of protocols enables them to communicate with one another. Whenever we send email from our mobile or our laptop to some other person who may be using some other type or other brand of mobile or laptop, it does not has no relevance so far as the other person will be able to read the email. There is no relevance of hardware. It is only because of the protocols the other person is able to understand what you have sent to him. The protocols are vital to your networking activity, and fortunately for you, you do not need to manage, install, or even think about them. It means that though we are using hardwares, our computers or other devices to send emails, to talk to other persons on WhatsApp, Facebook, or send videos, we have no concern about the protocols. We do not have to think about the protocols. These protocols are built into the networking software on your computers. This aspect of protocols is taken care of by the companies themselves who are selling the products to you, computers or mobiles to you. These protocols allow your computer or other devices to link up to networks everywhere so that you can shop, read news, send email, and more. So these are the protocols only which help these computer or other devices to communicate with one another so that you are in a position to send emails or do online shopping or whatever purpose for which you use the computers or mobiles. Now another question before us is, what is the meaning of internet protocol? Internet protocol is a protocol by which data is sent from one computer to another on the internet. IP, Internet Protocol, is a protocol or set of rules for addressing and routing packets of data so that they can travel across networks and arrive at the correct destination. As already told, Internet Protocol takes care of the address part of the data. IP protocol ensures that the data reaches at the correct destination. Though the data may have to follow different routes as already discussed. Each computer known as host on the internet has at least one IP address that uniquely identifies it from all the other computers on the internet. It means that we may be using any device, any brand of computer or laptop or other device. Each type of these devices have their own IP address, and from that we can identify a particular device. When you send or receive data, for example, an email or web page across the internet, the data or message gets divided into smaller pieces called packets. IP information is attached to each packet, and this information helps routers to send packets into the right place. As already told, whenever the data is broken into small pieces, it travels from different routes. Some follow this route, others may follow this route, there may be some other which may follow this route, and at the final destination all these small packets are again reassembled by the TCP, and original whole data is formed. It is only the IP which ensures that the small packets of data reach the correct destination. Now, what are the different kinds of web protocols? These are HTTP. HTTP means Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Then another is FTP, File Transfer Protocol. Then electronic mail using SMTP, POP, IMAP. We will discuss all these in the coming lectures. SMTP, Telnet, without having protocol. It means without following the rules or guidelines, it won't be possible to transfer data from one point to another. However, as already told, we need not bother about these rules. These are taken care of by the companies who sell us the devices. It is inbuilt in the software system. All these protocols are inbuilt in the software. Now, the point before us is HTTP. What is HTTP? HTTP is the protocol or the set of rules for transferring hypertext on the World Wide Web. HTTP is a set of strict communication rules so that both the client and server understand each other. The hypertext means files such as text, images, video, and multimedia files. HTTP uses port number 80. It is a request response protocol. The message sent by the client, typically a web browser, is the request, while the message sent by the server is an answer, is the response. Suppose this is the PC, this is the server, this is the client. Request is made by the client. Suppose we are using the internet and we are want to search a particular news. We make a request through the internet to the server, and this will be regarded as request, and the server will give us a response. Now, what is HTTPS? Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Secure. Here we see that HTTPSS is additional. HTTPS stands for HTTP Secure. It is highly advanced and secure version of HTTP. It is the combination of HTTP with SSL. SSL stands for Secure Socket Layer. HTTPS is a secure method of accessing or sending information across a web page. HTTP is used for transferring data between the client browser and the web server in the hypertext format. That is, in case of HTTP, request is made by the client and the response is given by the server. The same happens also in the case of HTTPS. But in the case of HTTPS, transferring of data is done in encrypted form. Suppose in case of HTTP, we send the data 1, 2, 3, 4. Here the client sends to the server 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this data travels as it is 1, 2, 3, 4. But when HTTPS being used, here it will be sent in an encrypted form. Say it may be like this: A1 to B. That is, the data will be converted into the encrypted format so that any person who may be the hacker or the intruder may not understand the data while it is in transit. This prevents anyone from understanding that information if intercepted in between. Because data is encrypted over HTTPS, it is slower than HTTP. Because in case of HTTPS, data is encrypted, so there is some time which is consumed in encryption of the data. So HTTPS is slower than HTTP. We have discussed that HTTP uses port number 80, whereas HTTPS uses port number 443 for data communication. HTTPS allows secure e-commerce transactions such as online banking. In other words, we can say that for those transactions which are to be considered as confidential or which we want to secure properly, for in that case HTTPS is being used. Here we can see that HTTPS, when added with secure socket layer, becomes HTTPS. HTTP defines how hypertext, that is messages, are transmitted between web browser and web server, and SSL, that is the secure socket layer, protects and encrypts information sent across the internet. And in case of HTTPS, encrypted information is sent between the browser and the server. HTTPS makes it harder for hackers to break the connection and steal personal information such as credit card numbers, debit card numbers, addresses, passwords, etc. Now we will understand the difference between HTTP and HTTPS in tabular form. First is HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. On the other hand, HTTPS stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol with Secure. HTTP is not secure and the data is not encrypted, whereas in case of HTTPS, it is secure as the data is encrypted before it is sent across a network. HTTP URLs begin with HTTP colon two slash. HTTPS URLs begin with HTTPS colon two slash. HTTPS uses port number 80 by default. HTTPS uses port number 443 by default. There may be a question in the exam. Tell about the port number which is used in case of HTTP and HTTPS. Then our answer in case of HTTP will be 80 and in case of HTTPS our answer will be port number 443. HTTP operates at application layer whereas in case of HTTPS, it operates at transport layer. HTTP is used for many purposes, such as a website article which is available to everyone, whereas HTTPS websites like banking websites, shopping websites such as Amazon, Flipkart make use of HTTPS. In the case of HTTP, the data is vulnerable to hackers, whereas in case of HTTPS, it is designed to prevent hackers from accessing critical information. Now we will understand the meaning of FTP and SFTP and also understand the difference between FTP and SFTP. First is file transfer protocol. It is also known as FTP. FTP is an internet protocol used for transmitting the files from one computer to another on the internet. Here in this picture, you can see that files are being transferred on the internet using file transfer protocol. But here you can also see that the important point, data is unencrypted. These files which are being transmitted may be the text files, multimedia files or any other type of files. FTP servers are scattered throughout the internet and are generally accessible to anyone. File transfer protocol uses port number 20 or 21. FTP is most commonly used to upload a file to a server or download a file from a server using the internet. Now, what is SFTP? Secure File Transfer Protocol. SFTP is also known as SSH File Transfer Protocol or Secure File Transfer Protocol or Sensitive File Transfer Protocol. SFTP is a more secure version of FTP that encrypts both username, password, and the data being transferred. Sorry. The primary difference between FTP and SFTP is security. SFTP is more secure than FTP. Here you can see that when the data communication is taking place between client and server, the data is encrypted. SFTP is used in many situations where file security is important or where sensitive data needs to be protected. SFTP is also used in case of big files, regulatory transactions or audits. The business user might use SFTP to transmit files containing trade secrets or other similar information. SFTP works as an extension to SSH. Now we will understand the difference between FTP and SFTP in a tabular form. FTP stands for File Transfer Protocol. SFTP stands for SSH File Transfer Protocol. FTP is TCP IP based protocol. SFTP is an SSH based protocol. FTP sends data in plain text format, that is without encryption, whereas SFTP sends the data in encrypted form before being sent to the host. File transfer protocol uses a direct method to transfer files, whereas secure file transfer protocol uses the tunneling method for file transferring. SFTP transfers files more securely than FTP. Now we will understand the meaning of POP3 and IMAP as well as SMTP, and we will also understand the difference between POP3 versus IMAP. Now, first before us is electronic mail. What is the meaning of electronic mail? Electronic mail also stands for email. Electronic mail is the method of sending messages, notes, pictures, documents using internet as a medium. All of us use email in our daily life. So there is no need to explain it in detail. You can send same message to several users at a time by making use of CC or BCC. Sent messages are stored in electronic mailboxes until the recipient fetches them. As and when a person sends you email, if you open your mail, you may be using Google, Gmail, Yahoo Mail, or other email service provider. Any type of email service you are using, whenever you open the same, you will receive the same in your inbox. After reading your mail, you can store it in a text file, forward it to other users, or delete it. If you think that this email is of no use, you can delete it. Or if you think that the action needs to be taken by someone other person, you can forward it to. Or you think that this mail should be also in the knowledge of other persons or other friends, you can forward the same to other. Or if you want to retain it for your future reference, you can store it. We can also take out the print of the email if we want so. Usually it takes only a few seconds for mail to arrive at its destination. If we send the email from here while living in India to anyone who is living in Canada or England or America, the same reaches the other person within few seconds. It normally happens so. Some popular email service providers are Gmail, Hotmail, Yahoo, etc. What is the benefit of email? Email is cost effective, quick delivery, it reaches the other person in seconds. We are already having internet connections, so no extra charges have to be paid by us if we want to send our email to any person who is living in any part of the world. Further, it is very easy to maintain the record whatever we have sent. We need not to keep whatever we have sent in print form. Now, question before us is common email protocols. Interactions between email servers and clients are governed by email protocols. Protocols, as already told, means set of rules or guidelines. The most common email protocols are POP3, that is Post Office Protocol version 3, IMAP, Internet Mail Access Protocol, SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. We will discuss each of these one by one. First before us is POP3, Post Office Protocol version 3. It is a standard mail protocol which is used to receive emails from a remote server to a local email client. Here, email clients are like Microsoft Outlook, Mozilla Thunderbird, etc. And the email provider servers like Gmail, Yahoo, Outlook, etc. POP3 is extremely common most among most mail servers because of its simplicity and high rate of success. POP3 is a one-way incoming mail protocol that downloads all email messages from the mail server to your local computer. Suppose this is the server and this is the client or your PC. Whenever you access the server, suppose this is the Gmail server or Yahoo Mail server where you are having your mail email account, whenever you access the same and you are using make use of POP3, post office protocol 3, then whatever is available on your on the server in your account, all the emails stand downloaded into your computer. And once the email is downloaded on your device, the mail will be deleted from the mail server. No copy of the same will be available on the mail server. Let us clarify. If you check your email on your mobile, then after some time again check it with your laptop, you will not find the email you were just reading on your mobile phone. It means to say that suppose you had received 10 emails, you opened your mobile and gone through the same. You were making use of post office protocol 3. Then all the emails were downloaded into your mobile. Say after 10 minutes, you open your PC where you are also using post office protocol and you open your Gmail account, then you will not find these 10 emails there because all these were downloaded to your mobile phone and removed from the server. Now, what is the benefit of POP3? Its benefit is that since the email is downloaded on your device, you can view the downloaded email even if you do not have an internet connection. You need not you need an internet connection only when you want to receive new email or want to send another email. Another benefit of POP3 is that it saves storage space on mail server because the emails are deleted when they are downloaded to a device. It means that when you are making use of POP3, every time you open your email account, the email from the server is downloaded on your device and no copy is available on the server. So it saves the storage space on the mail server. Now, what is the limitation of POP3? Limitation is that since the emails are removed from the server and downloaded to your device, we need a backup plan for our emails in case our device crashes out or is lost. Suppose this is your computer. The email has been downloaded from the server to your PC. Suppose this PC is lost or theft takes place or there is fire, PC is burnt, you cannot access the emails which were available in your PC because all the emails were downloaded to your PC. Another limitation of post office protocol version 3 is that our device is at the more risk of being infected with viruses since all the emails are fully downloaded because the emails are present in your device. If any of the email is infected with virus, then all the emails may be infected and so no email may be available in your computer any longer in case it is infected. Now, what is the meaning of IMAP? IMAP stands for Internet Message Access Protocol. It also follows the client server model. The Internet Message Access Protocol is an application layer protocol used by email clients to retrieve email messages from a mail server over a TCP IP connection. The purpose of both POP3 and IMAP is the same, that is to receive the email from the server. IMAP allows you to access your email wherever you are from any device like a computer, a friend's computer, your phone, etc. When you read an email message using IMAP, you are not actually downloading or storing it on your computer. Instead, you are reading it on email service server. In the case of POP3, suppose here it is POP3, Post Office Protocol 3 is used. All the emails are downloaded. You can view the same on the your PC. No copy will be available on the email server. But when we are using IMAP, Internet Message Access Protocol, we this is the server. Then we can view the email not only on the server but on any other device we may using a mobile. We can look out for the same email on our laptop or desktop. Every time we open our device, any device, we can look out for the same emails, because in the case of IMAP, the emails are not downloaded to the particular device, which may be the mobile, desktop computer or laptop computer. The emails reside with the on the email server. So anytime you can look out for the emails or any email which you have seen. IMAP only downloads a message when you click on it, and attachments are not automatically downloaded. IMAP is bidirectional. That is, all the changes made on the server or the device are made on the other side too. Let us understand the same with the help of example. For example, suppose I have one desktop computer, one laptop, one iPhone. Using IMAP clients, when I delete an email on my iPhone, the said email is deleted on my computers also. If I create a folder on my desktop computer to store some emails, that folder is created and populated on all my other devices too. It means that suppose I have created in a folder, special folder in my email account, suppose with the name of 3. Then this folder number 3 will be also created on the other devices whenever I open the email account. That is, when I make such changes on one device, it makes the change on the mail server and synchronize it to my other devices. Because emails only exist on the server in IMAP protocol, they are safe if the computer is lost or destroyed, unlike POP3. As already discussed, if we are making use of Post Office Protocol version 3, if our computer is lost or destroyed, then all the emails which are there in our email account will be lost, because no copy of the same will be available on the server. But when we are using IMAP protocol, the emails reside with the server. We only view the same as they are available on the server. So if our local computer or any of our device is stolen or destroyed, it does not affect all the emails, as the same are available on the server. The limitation of IMAP is space. If you like to keep a lot of emails, if it may be our habit that we read the email, and even though it may not be of any use, we do not delete it. Then if we have such type of nature, then our email account will eventually fill up. And once your email account is full, suppose your email service provider has given you the storage capacity of 2 GB, and if you keep on keeping the emails and do not destroy it, then eventually one day will come when then your email account will become full, and the other people who may be sending you the email will that emails will not reach you, because there will be old messages which will be available in your account. So if you are using IMAP, make sure that you clean out old messages regularly, so that whenever a person sends you new messages, the same are received by you. So old messages include your sent, trash and spam folders. So we are to delete whatever is available in our trash or spam folder. We have also to go through our sent folders to find out whatever is not necessary at a particular time. We should delete the said emails. Now we will try to understand some similarity or difference between POP3 and IMAP. Both these, that is POP3 and IMAP, are the protocols which are used to retrieve mail from the mailbox at the mail server to the recipient's computer, so that these protocols are used to view the mails on our computer. That is, when the emails are available on the server, we can look out for the same on our computer. Both are message accessing agents. Both are intended for the same purpose, that is to view the emails, but both have a different approach. IMAP mirrors what is on the server, that is what emails are available on the server. IMAP shows us the same, whereas POP3, Post Office Protocol version 3, downloads the emails to your computer and no copy is retained on the server. Many people wonder, many people think whether they should use POP3 or IMAP for their email clients such as Outlook, Apple Mail, Thunderbird. What type of protocol they should use for their emails? The answer is, it really depends on your situation. If you want to check your email on multiple devices, for example, we may be having laptop, desktop computer, many mobiles. If we want that, we want to access the emails on various devices. Suppose we have checked the email now. We want to access the same when we are not present at home or in office. We are in journey going somewhere. We want to look out for some email which we had received yesterday. Then in that case, we should use IMAP. And if we have plenty of space on mail server, we should use IMAP. But if we are using only one computer or one device only to check our email, then we can go in for POP3. That is, if we want to use to check our emails only on one device, then only we can go in for Post Office Protocol version 3. Now we will understand the difference between POP3 and IMAP in a tabular form. POP3 stands for Post Office Protocol version 3. IMAP stands for Internet Message Access Protocol. POP3 is a simple protocol that only allows downloading messages to your inbox to your local computer. IMAP is a much more advanced and allows the user to see all the folders on the mail server. In POP3, the mail can only be accessed from a single device at a time. In case of IMAP, messages can be accessed across multiple devices. In case of POP3, to read the email, it has to be downloaded on our computer or local device. Whereas in case of IMAP, the mail content can be read partially before downloading. In case of POP3, the user cannot create, delete, or rename email on the mail server. Whereas in case of IMAP, the user can create, delete, or rename an email on the mail server. POP3 is unidirectional. That is, all the changes made on a device do not affect the content present on the server. because when you download the mail from the server on your local computer and you delete it on your computer, suppose you have downloaded 10 emails, you delete one, only 9 emails will be present on your computer. On the server there will be no email present because you have downloaded the same on your computer. On the other hand, IMAP is bidirectional. That is, all the changes made on the server or the device are made on the other side too. POP3 is ideal for those who access their emails from one device and back up their drive regularly. IMAP is ideal for those users who use multiple devices to access their emails. Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. Simple Mail Transfer Protocol is a network protocol that is used for sending emails over the internet. For example, when you write an email and you hit send, the email travels from your computer to your outgoing mail server using SMTP protocol. The outgoing mail server setting in your computer is known as SMTP server setting. If you are using Gmail SMTP server will send the message to the recipient's mail server using SMTP. Let us understand the same with the help of picture. Suppose you are using this computer, you have hit the send button on your computer, then the email will use SMTP and the email will reach the mail server. Suppose you are using the Gmail, then it will reach the Gmail server. From the Gmail server, suppose you have sent the email to a person who is using Yahoo Mail. Then from the Gmail server, the said email through SMTP over the internet will be sent to the Yahoo's mail server. Then from that, if the receiver is using IMOP or POP3, he can access the said email. Then the email will stay on the recipient's email server. That it means that when you send the email from your PC or mobile, it will go to your mail server. Then it will from that it will go to the other person's mail server, and the said mail will reside at the server up till that time when the receiver opens his email account and sees the email using POP3 or IMAP. SMTP uses the TCP IP protocol. It is usually used with one of the two other protocols, POP3 or IMAP. SMTP was created in the early 80s. SMTP is used to send emails, not to receive them. POP or IMAP is used to receive mails. This is why you need to specify both POP or IMAP server and SMTP server when you configure your email application. This part you need not to bother, because whenever you purchase some mobile or PC, this aspect is usually taken care of by the supplier or the manufacturer. If you like our video, please like, share and subscribe our channel. Thank you.